ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Let's Roleplay Fallout 3. Last time, we freed the residents of Vault 101 from the madness that is their overseer. And then we started to head for the Temple of the Union. Now, in between the recording, I actually managed to walk up a hill, free two slaves that had bomb collars around their necks, and kill those two Deathclaws. Kind of happened a little bit too quickly to begin recording, as I needed to set up the recording of the previous episode. But here we are. We are traveling the road again. Let's see if Three Dog has anything for us to know.
Hey everybody, this is Three Dog, your friendly neighborhood disc jockey. What's a disc? Hell if I know, but I'm gonna keep talking anyway.
You're listening to the adventures of me, Herbert Daring Dashwood, and my stalwart ghoul manservant, Argyle. Today's episode, In the Black Widow's Web. Well, those super mutants are persistent, if nothing else. A word of advice, keep running.
In those hills up there. Isn't that where the hidden village of Rockopolis is located? If only we knew where it was.
Turns out you're in good company, Miss Chase. Argyle and I are old friends of Rockopolis. Know the secret knock and everything.
Boss, that's privileged information. You can't just...
Now, old chum. Miss Chase is hardly going to violate the secrets of Rockopolis. Isn't that right, Miss Chase? Besides, necessity calls.
So you do know where it is. Well, come on then. Those super mutants can't be far behind.
Just over here, this large boulder. And now, the secret knock. And voila!
Now that's what I call a getaway, Daring. So tell me, do you take all your girlfriends here?
Oh, no, Miss Chase. I can assure you this will be our special place.
Listen to yourself, boss. This is Rockopolis, one of the safest places in the wasteland, and you just showed a stranger where it is.
Ignore my manservant's mutterings, Penelope. He has a penchant for the dramatic, you see. Why, one time...
Oh, I don't know, Daring darling. I find the ghoul's instincts to be frighteningly accurate.
Here I thought we were friends, and now you have a gun in my face. Bad form, Miss Chase, bad form.
Jabber all you want. In about 30 seconds, my associates from Paradise Falls will join us. I knew it. I knew this dame was no good. But it's worse than I thought. She's the Black Widow, the leader of the slavers. Quite right. We've been trying to capture these Rockopolis rodents for years. Never could have done it without you, Daring.
Looks like I've gotten us into one heck of a pickle, Argyle, old chum. One heck of a pickle indeed. Be sure and tune in next time.
Oh, Daring. Oh.
Terrifying.
Oh, Raiders. Horrifying in all manner of shapes and sizes. Oh, there we go. Let's see. We got a while to go yet. Hopefully it'll be just a straight shot up this road. Though, we may want to stick to the eastern half. Well, there's the Wheaton Armory, and the Regulator HQ's just beyond it. Then the Temple of the Union. We need to probably make sure that the Enclave isn't trying to retake this armory for its munitions.
Now, some music.
Okay. Let's see. Hopefully it's just raiders. Yeah? Whoa! Oh, yeah, it's full. All right. That'll be quite a few of them. Okay. Well, we'll just climb this hill real quick and be done. We were right. Good boy. yes, the metal blaster. Fantastic. And we'll just hike up here, turn in some fingers, get paid for it, and then we'll head on over to the Temple of the Union. My. Hannibal Hamlin will be pleased. Oh. Well, we overshot it. I wonder where all the Brahmin went. Oh well. Calculator. Oh. Some first aid. That'll go a long way.
May your powder stay dry.
Thank you. How you doing, Sonora?
It's always good to see one of our number here. Have you brought tales and trophies of justice?
I have. Here you go.
The unrighteous will fall. Let me see how many you've brought to justice.
All of these.
You've done good work. Not only that, but the other regulators have told me of your other actions in your travels. Good deeds should not go unrewarded, and so I will add on a bonus to your normal bounty.
Thank you.
Yeah, see ya.
1,000 caps. Whew. Bit of a nap, and we're ready to head back out. All right. Now, ranging this far north is rare. So, once we clear the way for the Temple of the Union, which is right there, oh, good to see it, we'll probably continue to range northward. And then, once we're finished in the north, we'll head back south. And then assist them as we can. You know, we spent so much time with regular guns, which, you know, they're nothing to sneeze at, but just energy weapons in general are just fantastic. Especially if you can keep one of your favorites going for quite a while. What is that? Okay, the Temple of the Union. Here we go. Come on, dog meat. We're finally here. There's Hannibal upstairs. Hannibal.
So the super mutants are dead? This is wonderful news. Now all you have to do is get Caleb his picture and we can begin our journey.
I found slavers that were guarding the memorial, but they're all dead
What?
now.
They must have found out our plan somehow. We are truly grateful for your intervention. Now we can proceed with our plans for the memorial.
What will you give me for this toy of Lincoln?
It's a small thing, but I'll give you 10 caps for it.
I'm sure you can do better for an artifact of Lincoln.
You take when we have so little. So be it. We will enshrine this right away.
Oh, don't make me feel bad now. I've got this old war poster from Lincoln's Civil War. How about that?
The words of the great Lincoln, calling his people to war. I can spare 75 caps for it.
It's a deal.
We will enshrine this right away.
What about one of Lincoln's old hats?
What a ridiculous hat. I'll pay you 25 caps for it.
For Lincoln's own hat? Come on, you can do better than that. I don't care if you make me feel bad on that one.
You take when we have so little. So be it. We will enshrine this right away.
Yeah, and you're gonna wear it. That's what I thought. What about Lincoln's diary?
The words of the great man himself? In his own handwriting? I'll pay 100 caps for it.
It's a deal.
We will enshrine this right away.
How about a collection of pennies with Lincoln's face on them?
I suppose these have some small value to the faithful. I'll give you 15 caps for it.
Okay.
We will enshrine this right away.
Wanted poster for Lincoln's
To
assassin.
think that even the great Lincoln was felled by an assassin. This is a reminder to all that we must remain vigilant. I would like to buy it from you for 50 caps.
Okay.
We will enshrine this right away.
What about a recording of Lincoln's voice?
His real voice? How is that possible? I must have it. I'll give you 50 caps for it.
Okay.
We will enshrine this right away.
Now, I would like to offer you Lincoln's own rifle.
His actual rifle? Such a priceless artifact. You must let me have it. I'll give you 150 caps for it.
Okay. There you are.
We will enshrine this right away.
Nice. And so the stone head is Lincoln's,
That's
huh?
Abraham Lincoln, the great emancipator. We don't know how it came to be here, but it's fitting, don't you think?
I do. Thank you, Hannibal.
May the spirit of the great Lincoln protect you.
Caleb, is that you? That's
Bill, I have
Bill.
some sewing for you. Look in my room.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Here you are.
Watch it, will you?
Caleb
You
Smith.
have a picture, and such a large one, too. I'll have no problems restoring the memorial with this. Thank you.
There we go. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Hey there, Fourscore. We're 7 years ago.
Better have someone check that out.
Hannibal.
Everything is done? I can hardly believe it. We are finally going to realize the dream. We'll start out within the hour. We'll meet you at the site.
Very well. And I'll meet you down there.
I
Late in
suppose
the
you aren't as
evening.
bad as I thought. Most wastelanders wouldn't have agreed to help us.
That's what I thought.
What do you need?
You take
Don't
care.
let me stop you.
Nothing could. All right.
Hello.
What if we could bunk down? Hannibal's home. Simone's home. The storeroom.
Watch your step.
Okay. We will continue on then. We'll range just beyond the power station, and then hopefully cut left. I would like to avoid old me. If we can. But the goal is definitely Oasis. It's beyond time that we figured out what that place is. There was a monk with the coordinates so long ago. Come on, dog meat. Heading out. Then, maybe, since we're so close, we could keep on going to the train tunnel, resupply ourselves with all the scrap metal. We don't have any of the scrap metal with us, do we? Oh, no. Well. Still. There's the Grizzly Diner. What is this? You can call it quantum. Wild. Alright, this is the farthest we've ever ranged. Raiders are back in here. Oh my gosh! Sorry, dog meat. All right. There's more to range. What is this? It's a little town. Interesting. Well, I hope they're friendly.
Hey, you! Stop! What do you want from the Republic of Dave?
Well, don't worry, kid. I'm just here to play Republic with you.
I like playing Republic, even though stupid Ralphie always gets to play as Dave. Here, I'll take you to Dave. Just be sure to call him Mr. President Daddy. He likes that.
Okay. Thank you for opening the gate, Rachel.
Come on, I have to take you to Daddy. Can't right now. Why don't you ask Mary?
Man, the Brahmin smell awful today.
Have you heard about Dave, mister? Hi there.
Hi there, honey. Have you spoken to
Later.
Dave?
I've heard of you. You're one of the good guys.
I am Dave, President of the Republic of Dave. You will address me as Mr. President, or I will have you executed. Now, are you applying for citizenship, asylum, or just vacationing in the Republic of Dave?
Most exalted President Dave, I am an ambassador from the wasteland.
You are? Excellent. It's good to see that the wasteland has finally recognized the sovereign Republic of Dave. If the people of the wasteland are generous and respectful, I might deign to annex them.
Anything happening in this place, Mr. President?
There's an election for the next president. Don't look so surprised. Can't you see this is a republic?
Absolutely.
Well then, there you go. An election is what separates a president like myself from a monarch like my father.
So your father was a monarch and you're a president. And then how does that work?
My father inherited his political power from birth and renamed this great nation the Kingdom of Tom. Although I also inherited my political power from my father when I took over, I formed a republic so the people may elect their leader.
Okay, and I'd like to discuss the election
The
with
election
you.
is still going on. What do you want to know?
Who is eligible to vote?
That would be Bob, Shauna, Jessica, Rosie, and myself. In the Republic, if you're old enough to carry a weapon, you're old enough to vote. Rosie and Jessica are usually here in the capital. Bob usually hangs out outside near the Brahmin pen. Shauna runs the Museum of Dave, so you can find her there.
And are the votes in, Mr. President?
Jessica hasn't voted yet.
Could I help with the election? Or rather, who's running?
Nobody except me. Why would the people need anyone else but Dave? I give them all that they ask for.
That's not how... Are the
Tell
votes
Shauna
in?
that Dave commands her to vote in the election. She'll come running, trust me.
Okay. And what if I wanted to throw my hat into the ring and run for presidency?
I'm sorry, but the president must be a citizen of the Republic to run for office. So you do not qualify.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And can I help with the election, Mr. President?
All right, sure, why not? The people have a tendency to wait until the last minute to vote, but I'd like just to get it over with. I'll spare a few caps if you just tell each of the adults to get over to the voting booth sometime today, so I cinch the victory. Not that I have anything to worry about. The people know who their leader is in this republic.
Now tell me a little bit more about your republic, Mr. President.
The Department of Tourism usually handles all questions for outsiders. Make it quick.
So you're in charge here.
That's right. As president, I am head of the Department of Tourist Rights, the Office of Immigrant Affairs, and the Bureau of Dave-like Activities. My proudest duty, second to the presidency, is Commander-in-Chief of the Army of Dave, the most ruthless military in the wasteland.
You insane. And I'd be interested in learning more about you, Mr. President.
Years ago, I freed these poor people from the wrath of Tom, former monarch of the Kingdom of Tom. Afterwards, the people naturally elected me as their president, and the Republic of Dave was formed.
Yeah. Any future plans for the Republic, Mr. President?
Well, the Republic of Dave is the only true sovereign nation in the wasteland. The only really civilized place left in the world. One day, all wastelanders will be citizens in the Republic and know the greatness of their president.
Without a doubt. Thank you.
Well, good for you then.
Did you already vote, Mr. President?
Of course I voted. I was the first to vote. Now I'm just waiting for the rest of the votes to come in.
That makes sense. Well, thank you.
Very well.
Man, the Brahmin smell. Dave says you're okay? Fine.
I'd like to know a bit about the Republic. Oh, man, look at that famous leader there in the corner.
You should talk to Dave, but okay.
Yeah, tell me more about Dave.
That's President Dave to you, Wastelander. Call him by his full name, or we'll shoot you. He takes care of all of us. Even that selfish Rosie and her brats. My children will be a lot nicer than hers.
Ah. And can you tell me more about yourself,
All
Jessica?
I have to say is Dave is my husband. Mine. Do you understand? I don't care what Rosie has to say about it. Just because Rosie used to be this big leader out in the wasteland, she thinks she's better than me. She even ordered Dave around once.
Ooh. So you're Dave's second wife.
First wife. Rosie is the second wife, since she's the oldest and not good for anything anymore.
Ah. And what's your take on this Republic?
Dave is a great leader. He's going to bring civilization back to the wasteland. One day, they'll say it all started here.
I'm sure. Well, thank you so much.
Okay.
Now, what about the
I'll
election?
help you if I can.
Who's running?
Only Dave. He's the only person who ever runs.
Thank you.
Glad to hear it.
See you, Jessica.
You're safe as long as Dave says so.
Praise be to Dave.
Hi there.
Good to see you.
So long.
That's secure for a reason. Hey, Jessica. You excited about the election?
Yeah. Man, the Brahmin smell awful today.
We have someone new in my republic. Good to see you.
Hey there,
I
Rosie.
heard that Dave allowed you to stay. Well, welcome, stranger. Just be mindful of the children.
Of course. I'd like to know more about the Republic.
Sure, honey. But don't make it too long, or Dave will start wondering why we're talking.
And you're Dave's first wife. He has two?
Well, yes. Dave and I were married when he was wandering the wasteland, before inheriting the Republic from his father, Tom. After Ralph was born, Dave said that the President of the Republic needed to repopulate the wasteland. So, now we have a second wife.
And tell me more about this Dave.
Dave is a good man. He looks after all the children and makes sure they have plenty to do. He's bought a lot of toys, not that he'd admit it. He has our Shauna teach classes to the younger ones. She's over at the Museum of Dave to the west of the Republic.
And what about yourself?
Not much to say, really. I'm Dave's wife, or first wife, I guess. I've lived here for Many years now.
What's your take on the Republic?
We have plenty of food and water here, and the compound is fairly safe. I'm glad the children can be raised here, away from the wasteland. I'd like to see more trading done with the local caravans, but Dave's afraid their outside influence could weaken the Republic.
Naturally. Well, thank you.
Sure, honey.
What about yourself? I'd like to discuss the election with
Election
you.
time is always exciting around here.
Yeah. Have you ever considered running for the
Keep
presidency?
your voice down. I'm not really comfortable talking about it out here.
Oh. I think I get the idea. Let me ask you something else.
Anything else?
Goodbye, Rosie.
Goodbye. Take care of yourself.
Must be Bob.
Yes? What is it? Come on, I don't have all day.
I'd like to know more about the Republic.
Shauna runs the museum, not me. What the hell do you want?
So Dave has two wives, huh?
Yes, he does, and they're both pains in my ass. Always got to keep them in line or else they get all teary.
Okay, what about the president himself?
Dave made me second commander of the army of Dave, and that means I get a gun. Don't make me have to use it.
Okay. Well, Bob, what about you? I'd like to know more about you.
All you need to know is that I'm second in command next to Dave, so don't bother me. And don't talk to Rosie or Jessica either. Those are Dave's wives, and they have work they need to do.
Ah. And what's your take on the Republic?
Dave is in charge. When he's not around, I'm in charge. If you want anything else, go to the Museum of Dave on the left side of the compound.
Nice.
Oh, great.
And I'd like to discuss the election with you.
Oh, yeah? What about it?
I'm considering throwing my own hat into the ring for presidency.
Did you ask Dave if that's okay?
No. Have you considered running for the presidency?
Man, I'd love to be the president. Everybody would have to listen to me, or I could just exile them to the wasteland. And the first thing I'd do is make myself the permanent leader so they couldn't vote me out in some other election. But there's no need for me to run. One year, Dave is just going to make me the leader, just like my grandpa Tom did for him.
But Dave is corrupt. The Republic needs a new champion of freedom.
Yeah, I'll show him. When I'm in charge, everyone will have to say I'm as good as Dave. Better even.
Yeah, later,
Just
Bob.
don't bother me. I've got stuff to do for Dave.
Hey there, are you gonna play Republic
really from
with
the
us?
wasteland?
Wow! President Daddy says people from outside the Republic are bad.
President Daddy says that people from outside the Republic are bad.
It makes me feel safer knowing you're around.
Good. We'll kick it around for a few hours. Next to the Brahmin pen. Seven, 8:30. School should be in session, shouldn't it?
Hey there, are you gonna play Republic with us?
Hey, Shauna.
So, Dave gave you the okay, huh? Well, welcome then. I run the Museum of Dave, where the children of the Republic can learn about their heritage.
Ah. Well, Well, then I'd certainly like to know more about the Republic.
Sure. The Museum of Dave is happy to answer any questions on behalf of the Republic of Dave's Office of Tourism.
So Dave has two
Dave
wives.
revised the restricted marriage laws of the Kingdom of Tom shortly after the Republic was formed. Multiple marriages is now considered one of the great free freedoms of the Republic of Dave.
Yeah. So tell me more about Dave.
President Dave is the savior of the wasteland, bringing peace and order to the savages man has brought upon himself. If you would like to learn more, please stop by the Museum of Dave's official tour at 2 p.m.
And what about yourself?
Me? I just run the museum and teach classes to the little ones. You know, truth, justice, and the will of Dave.
The Will of Dave, yeah. And what's your take on the Republic?
The Republic of Dave offers a rich history rivaling that of the great nations before the war.
Oh, thank you.
All very Dave-like.
Oh, yes. You're an idiot. How about that for Dave? Like, oh. I'd like to discuss the election with you.
Me? I'm not sure if I can help you.
You know, Bob is running for president.
I don't know that he stands much of a chance against Dave.
Yeah, me neither. Have you considered running for the presidency?
Absolutely not. In fact, I'd vote for Dave twice if I could.
Oh, wow. Well, thank
Anything
you.
else?
So, he has his own museum.
Oh, yes. Everything here is from Dave's adventures in the wasteland before he founded the Republic. I give a tour every day starting around 2 p.m. You should stop by then.
Probably. Well, what about donations? Do you accept those?
I've never really thought about that before. Why do you ask?
I happen to have some souvenirs from Dave's past for sale.
Oh, wonderful. I'd be happy to accept your contribution on behalf of the Republic. And Dave just increased the budget for the museum this year, too. I was going to buy books for the children, but this is far more important.
So much more important. I'm ready to sell you these Dave relics.
Great. What do you have?
Well, let me tell you about the time he killed 5 death claws. It was amazing. Craziest thing I've ever seen. 8 rad scorpions. And he even collected pre-war money for a time. Bonkers.
What wonderful items for the Museum of Dave.
Absolutely. Now, I'll leave you to the kids.
Come back and visit the museum anytime.
Absolutely. Anything to help this glowing civilization. Wow.
Dave says you're okay? Fine.
Yeah, well, I'd like to discuss the election
I'll
with
help
you.
if I can.
So, you know Bob is running for president.
I don't know that he stands much of a chance against Dave.
No, but, have you ever considered running for president?
No way. You'd have to be crazy to run against him.
No, I think I get the idea then. Thank you.
I heard that Dave allowed you to stay. Well, welcome, stranger. Just be mindful of the children.
Absolutely. I'd like to discuss the
Election
election.
time is always exciting around here.
So, Bob is running for president.
I don't know that he stands much of a chance against Dave.
Me neither. But, have you ever considered running for presidency?
Believe it or not, I used to lead a group bigger than this one on an old caravan route. I did it for years, and we did pretty well for ourselves. But what am I talking about? Running against Dave would be like betraying him.
You could lead the Republic into a new era. The democracy of Rosie.
You're right. Dave's just been pushing me around. It's time for a change.
Absolutely. I'd like to discuss the election with
Election time
you.
is always exciting around here.
So what if I wanted to throw my hat into the ring?
Did Dave say you could do that?
No, he didn't. But thank you.
Dave says
Jessica.
you're okay? Fine.
Let me tell you about what I just heard.
I'll help you if I can.
Bob and Rosie are both running for president.
Wow, what's going on in this town?
Have you ever considered running for presidency?
No way. You'd have to be crazy to run against him.
Okay, well, thank you. Bob, my man.
Yeah. What is it? Come on, I don't have all day.
Man, people are starting to take your idea.
Oh, yeah? What about it? Glad to...
Shauna, you won't
Something
believe
you
it.
need?
Whoa. So the election.
I'm not sure if I can help you.
Did you know that Bob and Rosie are both running now?
Wow, this is the first time we've had so many choices.
I know. Have you ever considered running for the presidency?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Let's get...
Tamper with that, and we're going to have a problem.
Out with it, Ambassador. This republic isn't going to run itself.
Of course not. But let's discuss the election.
The election is still going on. What do you want to know?
Looks like you might have an opponent in the race, Mr. President.
An opponent? Seriously? But, wait. No, this is a free republic. Let the people make their choice. I am confident that they will recognize me as their true and proper leader.
Yeah. And remind me how I can help in the election.
I told you before. I'll spare a few caps if you just tell each of the adults to get over to the voting booth sometime today. There's Jessica, Rosie, Bob, and Shauna. I already voted.
Thank you.
I heard that Dave allowed you to...
I'd like to discuss the...
Yeah.
Yes? What is...
Hey, kid.
President Daddy says that people from outside the Republic are bad.
Probably. Shauna?
You need?
Yeah, you should go vote if you haven't already.
Oh no. Dave sent you to tell me that.
Have you heard about Dave, mister?
We all hear about Dave.
Come on, make it fast.
You should go vote.
Fine.
Man, Dave says you're okay?
You should go vote.
I guess you're right. I'll go right now.
win this. Morning.
Man, the Brahmin smell awful today. Don't even think of breaking into that.
I heard that Dave allowed you to...
You should go vote.
You're right. I'll go right now. Fingers crossed.
Oh, what's wrong with my throat today?
Hello. Dave says you're okay?
Yeah, of course. Have you already voted?
I went...
That should be everybody. Dave. My man. Let's just see.
Hey there.
Not quite.
Yes? What can President Dave do for you?
Go ahead. The election.
I told... There's Jessica, Rosie, Bob, and Shauna. I already voted.
Dave says you're okay?
Okay. You went and voted.
I heard that Dave allowed you to... Already...
Okay, well, where's Shauna? Ah, here she comes.
Yes? Man, the Brahmin smells awful today.
Ah, Dave, lead our...
Yes? What can Anything? Very well.
Republic to glory.
Hello. Man,
Yes? What can...
Looks like all the votes are in.
The votes? Oh, yes.
the Brahmin smells awful today. Man, the Brahmin smells awful today.
Let's see what we have here. A vote for me. And another vote for me. A vote for Rosie. Bob? After counting the votes, the president is... Well, despite the hiccup, it looks like I am still declared the winner.
Man, the Brahmin smells awful today.
Good to see you.
All right, well. Well done, Dave.
Hi.
See you, Flower. We have made our mark on democracy. Sort of. Now, after that little pit stop, we'll be heading for Oasis. But this is a fine place to go ahead and end today's episode. If you enjoy the content I'm putting out, please consider following me here on twitch.tv/Jeff the Narrator. Or, if you prefer to watch on YouTube, you can always find me under my handle, Jeff the Narrator. That's essentially all. That's two. And that robo brain. Look at that. And we're definitely going to avoid old oldie. So yes, that will conclude Henry and Dogmeat's adventure for today. Make sure we top up on some health as we continue on our way west. Hopefully we'll find the Great Oasis next episode, but if not, we have a wide open world waiting for us. Over the hill. So until next time, as always, keep telling stories.